to us that this is a side who are going to vie for a Pro League spot. So, I don't know, Mirage, let me say, it's always a good litmus test. It's always a good way to understand how strong a team actually is. But the one thing that worries me about Bestia a little bit is that, in a way, I feel like Mirage might even lean into Chopper Taco maybe even more. You know, they've been playing this relentlessly puggy, fast, in-your-face style of play. And, I mean, that's just what they might just do again on Mirage. You know, the pugger's paradise.
I mean, if VSM can find the same form we saw from him on Ancient coming into Mirage, then I think that, Bestia might really struggle to contain Chopper the Taco. You know, we've already spoken about VSM in his Fluxo days in 2023, and I think that Mirage was actually their best map at that time, Mirage and Nuke, and there were two very good maps for VSM in general. And, well, we saw how good he looked in that previous map. So, yeah, it's not like this is a clear-cut map here for Bestia by any stretch of the imagination when you keep that in mind, coupled with what we've just seen. And how they fell apart in that 5v3 in the last round at Ancient means that they're clearly, they've got some chinks in the armor right now.
Yeah, I think you are right? And there's also kind of another conversation to be had about the changes that kind of Bestia made it a little bit. Obviously, I'm not always maybe the number one person to go to when we're talking about South American Counter-Strike. I've done my fair share, but for a while, it always felt like Naz was kind of next up on the chopping block a little bit for Bestia, and of course that's not the change they made, right? So I wonder maybe what the future's looking like for Bestia. You know, obviously they're in a kind of a region which is quite difficult to make changes with, because you know obviously primarily the Counter-Strike kind of fan base over in South America is kind of Portuguese speaking. Obviously they have a Spanish speaking side, and there is definitely crossovers as we see with Pank, for example, but they can't kind of bring in a lot of talent the way I think maybe a lot of these Brazilian sides can do, and they can't obviously look towards Spain, for example, because you know just obviously all the externalities about moving someone, you know, across continents.
What I think is crazy though is if you think about imagine someone had told you, yeah, there's going to be a top